Kayfabe was a way to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16.
Kayfabe Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream rise to the top. Oh yeah.
If I had seen that, a whole bunch of people were asking where somebody I knew where was at, and she was hiding, I would let them know, like, yo, she's safe. That's it. No, she's not dead. But nobody's doing that.
No family members. Nobody's talking about her.
Nobody's talking about it. And it's like, yo, bro, it's like, fuck.
So it's like it's one thing to hear about Samantha Fiddler and her
And
family come
and
forward,
Teddy,
and they're literally like, "Where the hell is she? Does anyone know?" They're seeking help, and
and he
then it
was
happens to
recently
her in Manic right after, but nobody's coming forward.
he also got arrested in July for drugs in Florida. So who knows what it could be for, like ecstasy and shit. So we'll see.
Go to jail? Is he in jail or he make bond?
Yeah,
He's out, I think.
he's pretty sure he's out. He's not gonna stay in there for too long.
Yeah, Teddy Hart is a piece of shit. The documentary, like, I don't understand how that documentary didn't lead into like a follow-up investigation or
Right.
like just the wrestling community, like coming off of what was that hashtag?
Me too.
Speak Out. After the Speak Out movement, you would have thought people would have been like, okay, now's the time to speak on this shit, and people going missing in wrestling. Really?
Yeah, that's wild.
He was taking them, pretty much taking them on as students, making them become his sex slave girlfriends.
Right. The sex slave girl, the polyaneurysm.
Then once they started realizing, like, yo, this dude's really just using me for sex, he's not teaching me shit, and I haven't done anything in my career, that's when they end up with the violence, the
People paying
abuse, and end up missing.
He had people paying him $2,000 a month, basically to hang out with him, to roll his blunts, to feed his cats, do his.
I wish somebody paying me $2,000 a month to hang out.
What is with the Hart family and cats?
Yeah, that's
they got
wild.
like this weird fetish for cats.
Yeah, he trains them. He's a cat juggler.
Like
professional cat juggler.
Professional cat juggler. You can't make this up.
Yeah, well, he's especially trafficking cat.
You think that would make this up?
I'm pretty sure Natalia got all her cats from Teddy.
Pretty sure she does.
It look like the same breeds.
Yeah, they are.
Persian something face. Persian cat face. That's what they're gonna call it. Persian cat face.
Those are some ugly cats, though, bro. He could have got a way better.
He's smart
breed.
as fuck, though. Them cats.
Yeah, they're really smart. Yeah, they're really smart. Persian cat.
But I don't care how many cats this dude is juggling. He shouldn't be fucking. He should be investigated, like today, like yesterday. He should have been investigated 2 years ago. Like the fact that there's a whole documentary and there's still no police activity regarding that shit. Like nothing.
There's a whole documentary and nobody's talking about it, bro.
Right.
That's crazy. On Peacock of all places, where the WWE network is at.
Teddy Hart might have connections. I don't know. I don't speak any further about it.
Yeah, he's in that Illuminati trafficking bullshit.
I would have doubted.
At this point, what's protecting Teddy Hart?
Team Vision Dojo.
How is he not locked up? He has to know certain people across the country from all this traveling that's protecting him.
I'm telling you, it's Team Vision Dojo because most of this shit happened in Florida, and that's where Team Vision Dojo's at. They know all those people out there.
Florida's like the hub of fucking trafficking.
My nigga, the fucking owner of Team Vision Dojo is a registered sex offender. That he's been having sex with teenagers and shit like that, and all he does is do tag team with teenage girls.
What on online? Because T
and at
Vision
his
Dojo
shows.
is a fetish show, ain't it?
No, that's T Vision Dojo is the wrestling school, and
They do the fetish shit on the
shit
side,
on the
right?
side. Yeah, they do the fetish
Because
shit on the
they
side, but
showed that shit
it's
too in
not
the
called T Vision
documentary. He
Dojo.
was fucking wrestling in like
I
the
was don't remind me
skimpiest
though.
tights, fucking doing
Don't
crazy
remind me
shit.
that shit. Don't
Like
remind me that shit.
Cameron
That
would be
shit is
walking across
nasty.
our screen the entire time if he was given a description saying pause.
Like
That's
lifted,
crazy.
like lifting the tights too much and everything. Like nah, God.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
That's
so basically he did the same shit to Maria Manic that he did to Samantha Fiddler. The only reason I feel like Maria Manic's case is way different is like she was prominently used in fucking Impact
And Ring of Honor.
and Ring of Honor, right?
and then
He
one day
was
she
tied
just
to Ring of Honor right before Tony bought him.
and then one day she just went and that was it. She just went missing one day.
Missing.
She's gone. And Reddit, Instagram, everybody's been commenting still, trying to see if she's been responding, and it hasn't been for like 2 years. And the fucking documentary was released last year.
And that ass like after Focus told me to watch it, I went on like a Google binge that whole week. Like it just kept popping in my head. Like, how does no one know where this girl's at? No one is speaking about it in the wrestling community. Like they're still persecuting Marty Scroll for some shit that was
Yeah,
technically
It was
legal
legal.
if there was consent. Where he's
Mm.
from,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
can't even get booked without some controversy. So
I mean,
a
Triple
whole
A's the
dude
only
is
Triple
making
A's the
people
only
go missing.
place. Triple A's the only place where he could get booked, and even that that's like Triple A got heavily criticized for booking Marty.
Wow. All these years later.
Yep.
Bro, that should happen like at least 15 years ago, and they still don't and
The thing is,
people found out about it 2 years ago, and they still don't care, and still don't care. They don't want him
yo,
wrestling at
there's
all.
literal footage in this documentary of her sister showing messages when the messages stop showing up. As far as Samantha Fiddler's case, like she showed the messages stop popping. Like his cycle was basically sign them, fake train them, convert them to girlfriends. Then once they realize shit was going south, violence. Then he'll start taking away like their IDs so they can't travel. He'll leave them in cities stranded. Like he left them in positions where economically, financially, they were like dependent on him, and then he'll just leave them stranded in another city. So it's like, who's gonna come to your rescue in that situation?
Right.
They go back to Teddy, and then he'll have them in his little spell, you know. But
His glittery spell.
Maria, it went down the same kind of path, and then that one's like more concerning because at least with Samantha Fiddler, she has relatives coming out.
Right.
It's like this one just got wiped off the face of this planet. Like there's no Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. There's no trail after she like left Impact and Ring of Honor.
And fucking another wrestler had to pull a gun out on Teddy just to get him off of Maria because he was beating her up. Pull the gun. That's a thing. That's a video that's out there.
Yeah, this shit is nuts.
I told him that he had to leave the property and stuff like that. Shit was crazy.
So we're not gonna keep dragging this on, but this is a topic that needs to be kind of brought up and kind of kept put in the spotlight so people can get awareness. Like the wrestling industry is not exempt from the bullshit that goes on like in Hollywood. If anything, it's probably worse because it's a traveling circus essentially, and people look the blind eye for these situations because their job is known to be traveling around the country. So you kind of turn a blind eye to their shit because for entertainment purposes. But yeah, there needs to be some kind of awareness, and I think this topic needs to be brought up kind of every month, every couple weeks until something is said about these women. Or
Like
God
the
forbid if a body turns up or something.
like a 5 minute video saying that there's still no updates and stuff.
Literally,
Something.
literally, like PSA, they're still not found, and Teddy is tied to them. I think every person who books Teddy should get bombarded with fucking Twitter and DMs from every social media platform. I think the people in the crowds that go to these shows that Teddy is a part of need to fucking like chant him down on in the crowd and throw that chant it. Where is
Is he
Maria?
wrestling? Is he still wrestling?
Yeah.
Wow.
He has to be.
That's the only thing he's good at. Besides
And,
fucking up his life and the life of others around him.
and juggling cats. He looked like a pretty good cat juggler.
Cat juggling Teddy Hart.
Right.
More ways than one.
Serial trafficker and disappearer of women. But
Feels like a few women have disappeared, around him. But yeah, that's I don't even know what to say about that.
That is wild.
yeah, but that's something
People are
that's
sick
been
out there.
bothering Focus for a minute. He put me onto it. It's been bothering me ever since I saw the documentary. So
And it's not gonna go away until somebody comes up.
yeah, we feel like we need to shed some light on that. So hopefully this kind of does that for them, and maybe more people get some traction on where the fuck this is going. Like, at least get some kind of police activity into investigating this thing.
Yeah,
Even
sure.
if they could prove it, he's innocent, cool. If he has nothing to do with it, apologize for the bullshit. But
I mean,
he's directly tied to the shit. Like, there's no denying that shit. For the documentary to go from part one, this is about Teddy Hart's career and controversies throughout the career. Part two is like, yo, this bitch is missing. Like, did you realize she's missing? Yo, dog, I got nothing to do with it. I don't know anything. You're not gonna find her.
It went from a wrestling documentary to Tiger King to oh shit, true life. This is the unsolved mystery. That's the progression.
Yeah, it escalated very quickly.
But I feel like they needed to shed more light on Maria Manic because, if anything, that's the biggest trail you should be following because she's actually was active in wrestling.
You know what?
I can't tell you what Samantha Filder was doing outside of minor indie work.
If Tony Khan wants to make a good ass announcement, he should figure out where Maria Maniac is at and see if get her into a match or something. At least, bro.
I don't know. Does Tony have records of when the last time she worked for Ring of Honor, considering he bought the company? Maybe he can help with, hey, this is the last time we send a paycheck to her, and this is where we send it to.
But then again, you never know. She might not, even if she's alive, she might not even want to come back. She might change the name and all of that.
All right.
Witness protection, that shit.
So let's say best case scenario, she's alive. She just wanted to fade away and not be a part of the spotlight or whatever the case may be. What the fuck happened to push someone to completely dismiss their entire work and identity over how many years or whatever the fuck she gave to Teddy?
Right, or your family, not to talk to your family, just to completely walk away from your life.
What pushes a person for that? She must have seen some shit. Let's say best case scenario, she's seen some shit or knows something about who he's involved in and what he's involved in with these wrestling promotions. And there's been 100 stories about people in the wrestling industry taking advantage of new students, stealing them, their money and not actually training them shit. I don't put it past the story of them training the women. There's a million stories about how the women were treated. Even the Fabulous Moolah has a negative shadow over her whole legacy because of the way she took advantage of her fellow women wrestlers. So is it far-fetched that these male wrestlers or promoters have been taking advantage of these women to the point that they're trafficking them?
Hmm.
Like,
I
even
wouldn't
when
doubt
we
it.
grew up, look at the Attitude Era. If it wasn't for cable television and sponsorships, imagine how far Vince could have pushed that. How far did it get at times
Pretty
with
far.
the censoring and all this? Like,
I'm pretty sure there's 1,000 stories that nobody will ever hear about because nobody's going to talk about them or they have been forgotten in the annals of time.
Lost to history.
yep, hopefully she won't be lost to history. Hopefully Samantha Fiddler won't be lost to history, and we get some news on that any day,
Yeah.
you know. But I
Crossing my
think
fingers.
more so than fans kind of diving into the spectacle of wrestling, they need to also push for, you know, change in wrestling, all the negative connotations that you know, wrestling has for coming up in the systems and trying to learn the craft, and, you know, opportunities, people take advantage of them to try to get into the business. Like, that needs to be attacked. Those people who do things like that need to fucking go down. And like I said, I reiterated, any promotion that is signing Teddy Hart for anything needs to be looked at twice, maybe 3 times, maybe investigated. And the people at those events need to really say, where the fuck are these women? I don't want to hear a single cheer or boo. Where are these women at? Where's Maria Manic and where's Samantha Fiddler? And I think we gave Teddy a little bit too much time. Fuck that dude until we find them. So this has been Kayfabe Avenue, Mr. Richie Moon, Kayfabe Focus, and Kayfabe AJ. Where are these women?
Where they
Let's
at?
find them. Let's find them.
Find them.